Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2018 Travelers Curling Club Championship for Miramichi, New Brunswick. And the Miramichi Curling Club, my name is Keith Rains, in the booth with Merle Kenna. And that's a Irish descendant. Is that
Correct.
right, Merle?
That's correct.
Okay, that's good. We are into quarterfinal actions finally, folks. After 4 great days of curling, we have come down to this. This morning, the Saskatchewan team took on BC in a tiebreak, and they defeated the BC team 5-3 to have the right to play Ontario. And Ontario finished at 4-2. Merle is going to announce the lineups for these two teams this afternoon. Merle, go ahead.
Okay, playing for Saskatchewan, Elaine Osmarenko. That could be wrong. And the second is Malaysia Johnson. Third is Candice Newkirk. And lead is Sherry Logan. And they are playing, and for Team Ontario, it's skip Stacey Hogan. Second, Mandy Aston. Third, Suzanne Miller. And lead is Amber Dawn Duncan.
And Amber has a list of shout-outs that we'll do throughout the course of the game here, and I have to say her penmanship is excellent. I can always, and Garnet, her husband, since Amber's in the box here, Garnet, her husband, is looking after their 2 kids, Georgina, and Amber wants a shout-out to Devin and Anthony. Thanks for taking the afternoon off to watch. And of course, we get Norm and Betty. I think Norm and Betty are in Ottawa, if I'm not mistaken. Margot and Jim, Janet and Julie, and Joanne, who's in Nova Scotia. So Amber sends a shout out to all her friends and supporters, and definitely to the folks at the Oshawa Curling Club, where they play out of.
And the teams are apparently going to keep it clean this end. A couple of hits in the house already.
Ontario has the hammer. Saskatchewan finished at 3-3. They're from the Moose Jaw Curling Club. They lost their first one to Alberta 5-3, then defeated BC 7-4 and Nunavik 12-5 before losing to the Northwest Territories, who ended up finishing first. Next game, they defeated a tight game, defeated Northern Ontario 4-3 before losing to a very spirited game between Quebec, where the Quebec girls got it all together and defeated Saskatchewan 5-4. So finished at 3-3, and that put them into a tie-break situation, but they played very well this morning. And that could bode well for them this afternoon, where they had a chance to already be on the ice and get their weights down. And we'll just see what transpires with this 4-2 Ontario team.
And right now we're, like I said, they're keeping it clean. Maybe they'll play this end out and mix it up in the second.
Well, things can change with one rock. I've noticed that as the week has progressed here. There's a shot, and that's staying around. Ontario was 4-2. A big win, start the event off over New Brunswick at 10-2. They continue their winning ways against Yukon at winning 9-2 there. A tough loss to Nova Scotia 6-5, and Nova Scotia ended up coming first in their pool. And winning against Newfoundland 6-3, and Manitoba, big win over Manitoba 8-2 before. I guess if you want to say if the wheels fell off a bit when they played Prince Edward Island, they were up 7-1 against Prince Edward Island. At the break, Prince Edward Island had the hammer going into the 5th, where they picked up a deuce, and then PEI began to become a thief as they stole points in each of the other ends to go an extra end and win 8-7. So that was a tough pill to swallow, and hopefully the girls have parked that experience and moved on. The key thing is the slate has been wiped clean now, Merle.
Right.
And they're into the quarterfinals of the championship, and that has be their focus now, and obviously they want to start off well, and they have the hammer, which is a good way to start off if they can get a couple points. And like you said, if they're going to keep this clean, unless there's a miss of some sort to get their deuce, we'll just see how it goes. If it goes at this pace, the game could go really fast for us.
Really fast. But in an 8-in game, when you play the first in through, you can't afford too many mistakes, because
you don't want to get down early.
You don't want to get down early. You only have 7 ins left.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Saskatchewan took an early lead over BC. They got their deuce, and then they stole one, and they went up 3-0 early, and it was just really tough for BC after that to get anything going. The winner of this game will move on to the semifinals tonight, and they will play Nova Scotia. In our other pool, Manitoba is playing Alberta, and the winner of that game will go on this evening at 6:30 to play the Northwest Territories, who came first. And we have 2 men's quarterfinal games going on, and Merle and I will report on them as the afternoon progresses along. We have Saskatchewan and Quebec playing, and then there's Manitoba versus Ontario. So we have 2 Ontario teams here. So the folks, our Ontario crowd who's tuned in, the Ontario men are on our featured sheet on sheet 5, playing Manitoba. But we'll keep you folks up to date too on what is happening around the arena this afternoon.
Ontario very well represented here. And again, we are still taking out stones here on our sheet. Saskatchewan playing a hit on the back yellow belonging to Ontario. This is starting to curl on her.
Yeah, she might. That
and
might
I think
miss.
she's by this.
There. Oh, there's the first
And
opening.
There's the first miss. So Ontario can now split the rings, and a 3-under could be possible. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3-under could be possible.
See how positive Merle is? You gotta like that positive attitude. Now, our Saskatchewan crowd would not want to
Enjoy
hear that.
Well, I can only call it like I see it.
Yeah. Stacey Hogan in the house with her first shot. Stacey would like to give out to shout out to Nana, Grandpa, Auntie Peggy, and Auntie Karen, Uncle Pete and Uncle Ron, Ashley and Jen, and the Fast-in-Law team.
Uh-oh. There was a miss by Ontario.
It's just
So it's
a little hot, was it,
yeah,
Merle?
a little warm and through. So the
And that's going to happen. And really, that's what makes this exciting, because you can't take anything for granted. We've had situations where a last rock, basically an open draw for a point, an extra point for some teams, and either they pull the string a little bit, or it just keeps going. It's like the ever-ready bunny, just won't stop. There's a shot, just gets a piece of it. They're trying to sweep it out, and it does get out.
they're throwing a lot of weight on those takeouts.
Yeah.
And maybe getting out a little bit.
Yeah, and I think Stacey will just blank this end now and move on to the next. Keep the hammer. Well, you're probably talking one of the hottest teams coming into these quarterfinals would be the Quebec men's team. They went an extra end against Yukon in an exciting game, well played game, some big shots, and that set them up for the last draw that against Alberta. and the team that won it was going to be third place. And a marathon game went an extra end, and Quebec came out the victor, as gets them a shot here against Saskatchewan's men this afternoon. So if the big momentum word means anything, Quebec might have it. And I had a chance to talk to the Manitoba coach this afternoon, and they played in the tiebreak this morning on the women's side, and they defeated Newfoundland 5-4. And he was thinking it might just be an advantage to them by playing in the morning and get the feel of the ice a little bit too. Like I said, Saskatchewan has played too, and we'll see how that plays out. But it takes that sort of nervous energy away, and they're into a little routine now. So they've got a tough game ahead against Alberta.
And our sheet, we're into the second end, and there's some guards being thrown up, so they're going to mix it up in this end.
If you hear cowbells and noise and stuff, that means Manitoba's made a good shot. So you'll hear that before maybe we'll announce it sometime. So
if you hear the cowbells, you'll know that something good happened.
That's right. Exactly. If you can't see it, you can use the other sense and you can hear it. So you know, here's a shot coming into the house.
Settles at the back of the 12. A little deeper than what she had wanted. Now Saskatchewan will try and draw in front of, behind their red guard they got out front.
These games are 8 ends in length if you're tuning in for the first time, as you might have been busy through the week and hadn't had a chance to catch some of the action, but they're 8 ends in length, so we'll take a break after the fourth, a little 5-minute break. And these games go fast, don't they, Merle?
They do so. Here's kind of a bad miss there for Saskatchewan.
But they get it out.
The ice is running really fast. Lots of curl in it.
Well, you used to help out here at one time, didn't you? Doing the
ice?
ice?
Here,
made the ice.
For years, yeah.
So you know what's involved in having good ice. Amber Duncan with her second shot.
Going to stay exposed a little bit, but it's a good
Yeah,
shot.
good shot by Amber.
Behind the button.
And you notice how she didn't, she gave her sweepers a little bit of a rest there, a break there, not to wear them out.
That's right.
Had a nice touch.
But if you're given high fives, you can't sweep.
Okay, I'll write that one down.
This looks a little warm coming in also. Hoping to draw down to the yellow. Saskatchewan would like to hold Ontario to 1 here, or at least or steal 1.
In the standings, if you hadn't had a chance to check out the final standings after round robin, in women's play, Pool A, Northwest Territories, very strong play, 5-1 along with Alberta. Northwest Territories gets the nod as they defeated Alberta in the round robin, so that's why they're not playing here in the quarterfinals. Saskatchewan and British Columbia were 3-3, and that's why they went on to a tiebreak. Northern Ontario and Quebec were 2-4, and Nunavik was 1-5. So shot here, looking for a hit, little roll, and she got it. Beautiful shot. That was Mandy Aston, and Mandy, like a little shout out to her son Brad, Val, and Jeff. They're the in-laws. Megan from Halifax and her team at GM headquarters in Oshawa, Ontario. Hope you're tuning into the show, but still getting some work done. Or maybe they just taken the day off at the headquarters because, Mandy's playing.
Oh, sure.
You can't. We got to support.
Definitely should be a national
And
holiday.
it is Friday afternoon now.
Sure.
Like, come on.
Week's done.
It's weeks. Trying to get that in.
Good shot.
Yeah, it's shot. In Pool B play, Nova Scotia, get a load of this, Merle. Nova Scotia, Ontario, Manitoba, Newfoundland, Labrador, 4-2.
4-2.
That made the war room real happy last night when they're trying to figure that all out. But when the dust settled, looking at the games between the four tied teams, Nova Scotia got the nod for first, so they have a bye to the semifinals tonight. That might hit up on that guard.
Sure. Just a little tight.
Ontario got the nod for second. Manitoba and Newfoundland, that's why they had to play in the tiebreak this morning. They were tied for third. New Brunswick finished at 2-4, as did PEI, and Yukon was 1-5. So that's the standings, final standings from round robin play in the women's division here of the 2018 Travelers Club Championship.
Now Saskatchewan drawing another one down. Got to sweep this hard to get it in.
Girls are doing woman's work here.
Yep.
Good job, ladies.
Nice shot.
Nice shot. Woo! Okay, breathe. Johnstone and Logan. Johnstone already got the jacket and the sweater off. She's down to short sleeves. It's only -14 outside, folks, with a wind chill of 19. A beautiful mid-January day for November. When the snow squeaks, when you walk on it, you know it's cold.
That's right.
Jonathan want to peel that off. No, they get it.
Good shot. Got a little roll over to the side. Still leaves a draw there. Saskatchewan is going to be electing to hit top yellow and roll in front, which is a good plan. She's throwing a lot of weight at this. I think she's going to get a nose hit, and she gets a roll in front. Beautiful shot.
On the pro side.
On the pro side. Yep. Over on sheet 5, the Manitoba men have picked up one over Ontario.
Oh, shot there.
Good.
Taking out both Saskatchewan stones. That was Suzanne Miller with the shot.
And the Saskatchewan men and Quebec men are no score so far.
There you go. You know what that means. That was a good shot by Manitoba. And Manitoba has the hammer, but Alberta scored 2 in the first. We're up 2-0 in that contest.
And they're hitting now to lie 2. Well, Alberta's hitting to lie 2, excuse me.
Stacy with her first shot here in the second end.
Got a little wide there. She's going to be all right. Hang on.
Nice shot. Get a red of 1. Tara still sitting 1-2. Did I say? I apologize. I think I said Stacy. That was Elaine with her first shot. Looked at the wrong list. Apologize, because I had Saskatchewan this morning, but I had two entertaining guys. I had Jim and Pat. They were talking about moose pies and duck. It was wild game night, or they're having a big function tonight there, so they have to
get the menu ready.
Get the menu ready. Yeah.
Nice shot by Hogan, Stacey Hogan. And Ontario was lying 3.
So Ontario has done their job to the best that Saskatchewan can come out is 1. And obviously there's an opportunity here to potentially steal.
Yep, absolutely.
But I tell you, Elaine was on the money this morning. She was dialed in, as they would say. So they're going to need her.
She'll need a good draw here to get her 1 point.
As me being a fellow left-hander, I do enjoy seeing the left-hander in the hack there.
Oh, it's Ontario with the hammer, so she'll have to make sure she buries this.
What day is it? There's her shot. She's trying to get it in there. Going to get a hit, little roll. Nice shot.
Great shot.
Yeah. Lovely shot by Elaine. She's done what she had to do. And now it's up to Stacy to see if she can take it.
Stacy's going to try a little short run back here. If she sticks it, she'll get 3. Goes to her routine.
Final shot here of the second end for Ontario. She wants a hit on hers.
Looks like she's got a nice looking shot coming in, curling a little bit. There she is.
Right off it. Get it. They lose their shooter, but they count 2. So they got their deuce. And I tell you, deuces have been hard to come by this week.
You got to value the deuces when you get them.
Yep. So after 2 ends, Ontario's up 2-0. Saskatchewan will have the hammer as we quickly go around the sheets. 1-0 Manitoba men over Ontario. We're into final stones with Saskatchewan and Quebec men. And we're down to skip rocks with Alberta and Manitoba. Currently Alberta's up 2-0 with Manitoba having the hammer. Right on
the pin. Ontario has placed their first rock in the house.
Shout out have to go out to the sponsors that help make this event possible. The City of Miramichi, Province of New Brunswick, Curling NB, and great support from Pizza Light, Subway, Tim Hortons, Jet Ice, Towns Auto, and of course our presenting sponsor, Travelers Canada. It's better under the umbrella.
But in this case, it's better on top of the umbrella.
It's allowed for this week only.
This week only. Yes.
Amber Duncan. Andy Aston doing the sweeping, the directional sweeping on the left-hand side. They try to bring the rock over. Good job. Nice sweeping. Good shot by Amber. And the girls would like to, from Ontario, would like to have a shout out to their amazing families who have made the trip to the Miramichi to cheer us on in person. Much appreciated their support throughout the week, through the highs and the lows of playing in a national championship. So I just want the ladies have noticed it, and they're very appreciative of that. And I imagine all the teams are very supportive with the family and friends who were able to make it here this week, the Miramichi, and for the others who were not able to. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, tuning in. We've got a big day here today, leading up to Super Saturday tomorrow. The gold and bronze medal games will be played at 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, and that to give time for a victory celebration luncheon, and then for some of the teams to head down the road to Moncton to fly out after a great week of curling and many new memories and friendships that have been developed here over the last 7 days.
Memories they'll cherish for years.
Yeah.
And so we still got keeping it pretty open here.
Yeah, they're trying to get. She's trying to get a piece of it, and she does.
Gets a piece of it.
Keep that house clear.
Second, Mandy Aston. Now will attempt to draw into the house for Ontario.
And then there's those other ones with Saskatchewan, those shots are just missing, rather than hit and stay. They're just missing, but it won't be the first miss, it won't be the last.
Well, that's one of the kind of downsides of playing that style of a game. Hitting and rolling out when you need to stay.
Yeah.
This is moving a little bit also.
The sweepers are trying to keep in line, but that's moving. Oh, just gets a piece of it again.
She just got enough, but the houses are very lively, so you don't need to hit a lot of the rock and to get it out.
Suzanne Miller in the house now. Her first shot.
Looking pretty good. They're sweetening it a little bit.
Just keeping it clean.
Keeping it clean.
Beautiful shot. Nice weight. Candace Newkirk.
And it's just moving also. Not sure if they're getting a little outside or...
Yeah, and this one's going to stay this time.
Hangs on.
Got one staying in the house.
Yep,
Merle.
that's good.
Suzanne, like to obviously a shout out to her dad, Doug, and for all her family that are watching this afternoon as she performs with her teammates in this quarterfinal championship pool play here at the 2018 Travelers Curling Club Championship.
And it's great to see the families here with these athletes, because you couldn't do this kind of thing without family support.
No. And probably these families have been supporting these girls
For many years.
for many years, either directly or indirectly. Even it might come down to babysitting services from time to time, so they can go away to play in a bonds field.
And even when you're watching the pros, like the Jacobs and the Gushues and these people, you'll see their families are there with them most of the time.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you can do this, play this sport at that level. And it's great to see that. Stacey Hogan now playing a hit on the Saskatchewan stone in the edge of the 12-foot. She'd like probably to get a roll inside here.
Beautiful release. Right on the money. Got a biter on the 12.
Most of these athletes, Keith, have solid deliveries, well balanced.
She could push off in that the hack there and probably go all the way down the ice. I'm lucky to make it to the hog line. Elaine. We're on first name basis. Yeah. Here's Saskatchewan's.
Now I think she's drawn in. Maybe trying to get behind that Ontario stone. Still can wait. Good shot, is still wide open. So I expect Stacey will take a run at it. That Ontario stone is counting too.
Yes, yeah, we got a biter up there. And that sort of comes down what we talked earlier with those shots missing. Mm-hmm. You know, they were hitting, but they were rolling out or ticking, rolling out. And this is where it shows up later on. Yes. Where now, if Ontario can hit that stone and stay, and maybe even get a little separation, like hit and a little roll, then that's going to make it difficult for
it'll force
Saskatchewan to take one.
Yeah,
right? And right. Look at this, staying out. She's hitting it, but that is going to roll out now. Their advantage goes back to Saskatchewan now that they can blank the end.
Handing each other gifts back and forth.
Yeah. Hey, well, we're getting into that season, you know.
Yes, that's right. You know, like you're in an 8-in game, so we're in second, so we're going to be coming down 3. And before you know it, you're going to be...
We're going to be at the break.
Break.
Go and get a good fresh of a good drink of good Miramichi water. Wet the whistle. So we can keep talking for another
half hour.
I've got to about 9 o'clock tonight, buddy. I know. Where are you going tonight, Merle?
Well, they have a replacement for me. They call Vic Relder, and he's coming in.
Vic, Vic. I thought he was busy, but I'm glad he could pop down to see it. That is staying at one. That's good. They just want a piece of it, and a nice shot to blank the end. So Saskatchewan keeps the hammer. So no. What's on the social calendar, Merle? I need to know these things. Our public needs to know. Our viewing audience is curious because I know what the other two
Rascals are doing.
the rascals are doing. If you didn't tune in to this morning, folks, it was quite entertaining. The 9 o'clock, the 9:30 draw, I should say. I don't know how we got off on the tangent. Oh, I know what I did. I asked them what they were doing tonight, and they told me. So there's this. They've been doing it for like 30, 40 years. This game night, and what it is what they have hunted and shot this year. The boys make like moose pie and duck dumplings and porcupine balls and oh yeah, it's crazy. And I go, you're serious? They go, yeah. No, Pat goes, I got to go home now and start cooking my pies up for tonight. So anyway, so the question is, what are you doing tonight?
No, not too much.
Okay,
no.
So.
I'm not eating moose meat or porcupine pies or any wild animals safe.
No. So you're just relaxing, taking it easy. Maybe you can tune in and catch our broadcast tonight.
I definitely will.
Okay, that's great to hear.
If I can give.
Yeah, if I can. Yeah, you had a little bit of a challenge there this morning. So tonight, folks, for the winners, we'll be playing. The winner of this game will be playing Nova Scotia at 6:30. It's a 6:30 time, not 7:30, 6:30. And the Manitoba Alberta game, ladies, will play Northwest Territories at 6:30.
So Ontario is playing a hit on the Saskatchewan Stone. I think she's got it right on the nose. Good shot.
And in our other games, Manitoba, Alberta. Alberta is up 2-1, held Manitoba to a single. Saskatchewan, Quebec match, zeros. That's a war over there. And in our other featured game, Manitoba, Ontario, in the men's play, it's 2-1 Ontario. It seems when you only get 4 rinks, you can really go through those scores fast, can't you? Yeah.
And it was a rollout for Saskatchewan. So now Ontario will draw another rock into the top of the forefoot. She just slides through the back of the house. Saskatchewan will draw to the other side. She's indicating.
Ken, want to say a few words? Want to say hi? Yeah. We've got Ken coming over here. He's going to say a few words. Going to give us an update on the Manitoba Alberta game.
Hello, everybody. Wish everybody well back in Manitoba. Anybody out there watching? Cheering on Deb McCraner from the ladies and Andrew Wickman from the men.
So how's it going there? How's the game going so far?
So far, it's been pretty open. Not a lot of rocks in play. Maybe that'll change in the coming ends. Over on the men's side, there was quite a few there that last end there, but looks like we weren't fortunate enough to get one of those suckers out of there.
So our roving reporter, Ken, we expect to report the 5th end. You can let us know how the first 4 goes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
For sure.
See you then.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, bye-bye.
That's our roving reporter, Ken, is keeping us up to date on the Manitoba games.
Ontario coming into the house. It's a nice looking draw. And it will stop back 4 foot.
Keeping it nice and clean for us,
Keeping
Merle.
it clean
Now,
again.
do you like it clean or you like a lot of clutter? I had Larry Flanagan with me the other night, and there was a bevy of rocks, and I go, well, there's quite a clutter there. He goes, a clutter? He said, what's a clutter? I said, well, it's more than a whack. Oh, he got a kick out of that. Well, there was like 7 or 8 rocks in play. I think every rock they threw was in play. There's a peel and
the rollout.
So the other thing, these ladies, and the men too, well, they're on the clock. Thinking time. They start with 30 minutes. So what I always do is I look at the halfway point and see if they're like a plus or minus. Because if you're obviously over 15 minutes at the halfway point, then you're all right. And so far today, they've got tons of time. It's been pretty easy to decide what shot you're taking.
This game's been moving along very fast.
Yeah.
We're coming into our 4th inning.
4th inning, we just sat down, Merle.
Yes.
It just seems like
Time goes by so fast when you're having fun.
Yes.
And I think they're happy to play this out and start again in 5. Looks like we're heading for a blank.
Well, like we said before, one shot.
One miss.
One shot. It just they like to jump on. There's a hit, and it stayed. That's what they want. Force Ontario to go after it.
Got some weight here, but I think she's going to be all right.
Yeah, good shot. Stays in the 12, and Elaine, that's why they haven't used much time off the clock, because they know what they want to do right off. Not a lot of thought has to go into it.
No, it's relatively simple.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. We've got a 2-0 score. The first end was blank. Ontario got their 2 in the second. The third end was blank. Saskatchewan with the hammer now, and there's a hit and roll out. So Ontario.
So where will Ontario go?
Yeah, they might. I gotta stand back up. I've been sitting for 6 days. I have to stand up. I'm 6'4" and a bit, and the knees can only sit for so long. Got to be stretched out. And there's been a few, obviously, as you can understand, a few minor injuries throughout the week. The body's not used to be playing for 6 days in a row. I know one of the Manitoba men had a groin injury actually before he got to the championships, and he sort of tweaked it again this week. But he's back playing and had some work done on it, so hopefully that will stay. But I talked to a lot of the other ones, a lot of creaking and aching muscles and bones out there.
And it's not from the cold.
Yeah, it's not from the...
Ontario has put one in the back of the 4 foot, so Saskatchewan now will attempt to hit it. We're down to skip rocks. Looks good coming down. Curling in a little bit, should be a nose hit.
Good shot by Elaine, yeah, right on the money. Stacy Hogan will try to duplicate that.
Stacy Hogan with her last rock of the end. That's a great chop right on the nose.
Got a little
A
roll.
little roll to the
That's
side.
going to stay. So here we are, last shot for Saskatchewan.
Will she be attempting a blank here, or
I would think it.
not given much choice?
Now I wonder when we're going to see some corner guards. We're going to see that come next end, maybe.
Fifth end, we should start getting
Okay.
into some corner guards.
You heard it here first, folks. Merle Kenna is his name. The predictor. You can tell that was Manitoba made a good shot. Got it behind some guards here. Here is the final shot of the fourth end. Saskatchewan looking to blank. He's trying to keep it on the outside. And she has done it.
that.
Yeah, mission accomplished. So we're going to take a little break here. Let the girls regroup, get some refreshments. And as it currently stands, 2-0, and Saskatchewan will have the hammer when we come back in the fifth. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2018 Travelers Curling Club Championship from Miramichi, New Brunswick. We're here at the Miramichi Curling Club. My name is Keith Rains, and Merle Kenna is in the booth bringing you this quarterfinal action. Team Saskatchewan taking on Team Ontario. And Ontario has the lead, 2-0, and Saskatchewan has the hammer. Going into the fifth end here, Merle. It's been a pretty clean 4 ends, hasn't it? No corner guards to speak of. Just for hit and peel.
I would think, though, now that Saskatchewan will be wanting to get on the board here shortly in the fifth end. Take 2 here if they can. Hold them to 1 and 6. Blank 7, take the hammer to 8. Game's yours.
Wow. That's pretty easy. Just pretty cut and dry with you, Merle, isn't it, huh? I'm going to have to get you to do my pro line picks, Merle, because here we are. It's moving in a little, I think, deeper than she wanted. But we have 2 rocks in play. We haven't said that too often.
No. So Ontario's going to try a hit on these.
And our match we're way ahead of the other teams. And you can see even in thinking time, they like just under 20 minutes each. And we're into the fifth end. And the other teams are playing, they're still in the fourth.
2:30. I was going to pack a lunch to come. I'm glad I didn't now.
Could have got something for me.
Sherry Logan will attempt to hit on these 2. No hit should give it a double. A little on the high side, maybe. Got one of them out.
Saskatchewan men and Quebec, they're all tied up at 1. And the last shot of the fourth end for Manitoba and Alberta women's play. And Manitoba is trying to draw in to count 2. And if they do, you're going to hear the bells going on. They're starting to clap. They got their 2. Let's listen to it. There it is. To go up, they're now 4-3 for Alberta. Alberta will have the hammer when they come back from their break. Here, Ontario has split the house. Nerves and all.
Ontario looking to force Ontario here, or Saskatchewan looking to force Ontario. Rock is drawing in nice, a little offside there, but Stacey Hogan calling for a hit on the Saskatchewan rock. Mandy asked delivering.
Sweepers just staying with it now in case they're needed. A little directional sweeping. We get it to come in. Does thick and stay. I think we got a biter there.
Biter or maybe a nibbler.
Yeah. Counting 2. I think they're counting 3.
Ontario.
So Ontario definitely has put the pressure on here on Saskatchewan in this 5th end.
Ontario says they're all done up and down the sheet. They're going to mix it up.
It's on the outs.
Nose hit.
Yep.
A little bit of a roll, but
Suzanne Miller with her first shot here. The 5th end. Looking to hit and stick. And nice job
shot.
by Suzanne.
Ontario doing a good job at keeping the rocks separated in the house so they can force Saskatchewan to take a point.
Yeah. Saskatchewan defeated BC this morning in a tie-break 5-3. The winner of this game will compete against Nova Scotia tonight at 6:30. At 6:30 Atlantic time. Candace.
John is strong down top of that yellow belonging to Ontario.
They're sweeping hard here.
Alright, it's got lots of weight. Oh, now girls, that's good. Great in there. Great shot.
Just touched it there, Candace.
Candace.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
Wanted that just tucked in there a bit. Suzanne Miller with her second. Waiting for it just bend a bit there. And yes, gets it, takes out one of her own, but more importantly, she got rid of the Saskatchewan stone.
And still lying 3.
Yeah. Newkirk now with her second.
Nice weight. I think they have to help this a little bit.
Yeah.
Going to over curl a slight bit. Good shot.
Ontario still counting. Shot.
Well, she can nose this red and still be lying 3. And get rid of the. She'll lose her back one, but she'll still be lying 3 after she's done. If she executes correctly. Solid delivery.
Pickett gets it. Oh, lovely shot by Stacy. Loses her shooter, but she picked that one out, and they're still counting 3. This could be a big end here for Ontario.
Saskatchewan's holding the hammer.
Yeah.
So they're going to be drawing down. You can freeze this one right on that yellow.
But Ontario, like I said, forcing the issue, and you know, if they can keep them to one point and then have the hammer coming in the next end, points are hard to come by.
Yes, in this game they certainly are.
But Elaine has been automatic. Whatever she has been throwing.
Working a little bit, looks like it has lots of weight. She doesn't roll off of this.
It's getting a little. It's a little lovely shot, but it's there. And Stacy, she's been dialed in too.
Stacy can hit this and be sitting 4. Really put the pressure on.
Well, that would force Saskatchewan to have a single, but you got to make this shot first. Last shot for Stacey Hogan in this end, trying to eliminate the Saskatchewan rock, and again right on the money. So Saskatchewan's got to draw in for a single.
She needs almost a piece of the button.
Yeah. It gets a little harder when you're looking at 4. Sometimes I've seen skips be a little light or a little heavy. And I said, as you always like to have your sweepers involved in this situation, they can bring it 4 to 6 feet in. Can't do a lot to stop it though. Last shot, 5th end.
Last shot drawn against 4.
It's away. Sweepers are lightly on it. Keeping it clean. All 3 of them are on it now. Beautiful shot. Nice shot to get her 1. It's 2-1 now. Ontario over Saskatchewan, but Ontario has the hammer.
We're in 6.
We're going to 6. You ready? Ken, you ready? We have our roving reporter. He's coming in to give us an update on the other quarterfinals. Ken will take it away. This is our on-the-man.
Okay, thanks for having me back. Giving you a little update on any Manitoba fans out there watching or want to hear the updates. Currently we're in the 5th end. Deb McCrainer from the LaSalle out of LaSalle, Manitoba is currently down 4-3 without the hammer. And Andrew Wickman from the Fort Rouge in Winnipeg is currently playing in the 5th end as well and is down 3-2 with Ontario having the hammer. They're back in the games. They were down a few there, both teams, but they're looking strong. They got a few rocks in play these coming ends, which was nice to see. It's pretty open for most of the early ends.
It's good to have your skip back today too.
Yeah, she was sick there yesterday and unfortunately couldn't play, and they played with 3 without her. But she regrouped and is now back at it again, which is nice to see. It was a little out of everybody's comfort zone, playing different positions without having her. So it's
and
great.
it was good to get that game in this morning to get the team back.
Yep, they played the tiebreaker game against Newfoundland today, and they bounced back and played quite well, actually.
That's good. Okay, thanks for the update, Ken.
Okay, well, thanks for having me again.
Hope to hear you back before the end of the game.
Definitely. Thanks again.
Okay, buddy. That's our roving reporter, Ken. He's doing double duty.
And on our sheet here, Ontario just drew to the back of the house. So now Saskatchewan will attempt to draw in behind their front guard. Not sure what we got here for white. It looks like it needs some help.
They're sweeping hard at it.
Sweeping it hard to
Get
get
it
it by. Stay on
Girls
it.
are doing a good job here.
Good job.
Bring it in.
Great shot.
Whoa. Oh.
Great sweeping. Buried.
Yeah. That's where those sweepers can help out.
And you notice
Drawing
there's
that rock?
No high fives there.
No, it was just job done. Job done. That's what we're paid the big dollars to do. Now Saskatchewan definitely wants to try to hold Ontario to 1. And what we've seen a lot this week, we've seen some steals going on here too. So I know you're trying to say we're trying to eliminate to 1. Well, hey, it would be nice if we could steal the odd point here and there.
I think Saskatchewan is shot there, according to our. It's pretty close.
Yeah, Saskatchewan shot. From our angle, but our angle and a $1.50 gets you a cup of coffee.
Yes, but not in this club.
No. How expensive is coffee in this club? Last night I said $1, and you're not in this club. What is a coffee? $2?
Oh, I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I don't drink coffee, so I don't know either. I'm a milk and juice guy.
Nice shot there.
A little tap back.
Little tap back. So Saskatchewan definitely lying 2 now. You might as well get down in there now because you're going to have to do it.
Merle, we've got rocks in play.
We do.
It took 5 ends. We're into the 6th here.
Ontario attempting to clean it up here a little bit.
Got rid of one of the shots.
Still got shot.
I think that they still got 1-2, 1-2.
Got to work this one a little bit to get it in.
Get a biter on the 12.
Good guard.
And protecting that shot rock too. Thinking maybe we'll come in the other way.
So
she wants to hit that and get that open up the.
Tracy or Stacy Hogan is playing an angle run back here.
Get that second shot out of there. She wants to get a better look at it, getting behind the house.
She's not going to.
That's it, way inside. Yeah, it's going to hit the red.
Saskatchewan drawn another one into the top of the house. Got lots of legs. Don't want this too deep. Good shot. Got a little bit tucked around the front yellow.
Saskatchewan now sitting 3. Suzanne and Stacy are talking about, this is where the angles come in, right?
Yes.
If I hit it there, what does that, and then the next phase is like, I hit it there, okay, what's that leave us? What does that leave her? What will she do? While they have a moment here, we'll just do a quick check. We're down to skip stones, Alberta and Manitoba. Alberta has the hammer, and they are up 4-3. Saskatchewan and Quebec, men, and 1-1. Saskatchewan with the hammer. And then in our last quarterfinal, we have Manitoba and Ontario. Ontario is up 3-2 with hammer. Shot is off. Sweepers haven't touched it yet. Checking the line. One. That one. Give that other one a little tap. But Saskatchewan still
lying 2.
Still lying 2.
Saskatchewan will draw another one down. Bury it behind that top yellow for a guard. This one's got a little bit sweeping it now to get some curl in it. Just shy of the
right
rings.
there. No, that's where they want it though. If they wanted it any closer, they would have swept it, but then they would lose. Then it would curl too much, right? Saskatchewan men got 2 in the 5th end to go up 3-1 in their quarterfinal game. And on the men's side, the Manitoba-Ontario winner will take on BC in the semifinal this evening. And the Saskatchewan-Quebec winner will take on Nova Scotia. And those semifinal games in the men's side will get underway at 6:30 this evening, as does the women. Tomorrow morning, we'll have Championship Saturday, Super Saturday. Gold and bronze medal games will all be underway, and we got a timeout. Timeout for Ontario. All the bronze and gold medal games will commence at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. As far as we know, we thought the tiebreakers were going to be at 8:30 today, and last night they had a quick discussion with the teams, and since there was only 2 teams in the tiebreak, they thought they would start an hour later at 9:30, which the players did not object to. But I guess we had a few commentators here at 8:30 because they didn't get that information. But I happened to be talking to Chris Tapley, and Chris looks after the ice for this event. And Chris informed our camera crew and myself that, boys, you don't have to be here to 9:30 because that's when we're going to get things going. So that gives us an extra half hour, 45 minutes, and to get ready in the morning.
So we're back in. Ontario has called a timeout. It's over. I'm not sure what the decision was. Apparently they're going to try and clean up the front.
Because they do have the hammer this end.
The hammer.
Here's Suzanne's last shot. She's the third for this Ontario squad. Just peeling that one off.
Miller. She's got one out. Ontario's still not in the best positions here. Saskatchewan's still lying two, and they'll merely throw that guard back again.
And like I said, I mean, always talk about trying to limit the team to one, but I think Saskatchewan is looking to try to steal something here.
They're in a great steal position.
So Merle, what are you going to do when this is all over? It's been such a great week here. The activity, the fans that have been coming out. It's been like old home week.
Yeah.
Great to see everybody.
Yes, it has been
Right?
great. It has been a fantastic week here at the club, and anybody sitting around home local, stop down, watch some great curling. Lots of food here.
Lots of great food. And just to give you an update, where we're at, Miramichi, New Brunswick, the northeast part of the province, we're an hour and 15 minutes north of Moncton. You're about 2.5 hours or so from PEI, going over the Confederation Bridge. And from Moncton on down to Halifax is an easily 2-hour drive down there. So you're not too far from anything here in the Maritimes. And good roads, easy roads, not a lot of traffic. I've been to Toronto. I know the traffic and the situation up there. I coached some of the guys that coached in volleyball. He used to work for the Toronto Zoo. He was a marine biologist. And there were some other people that we knew that lived in Toronto. So I said, "Oh, have you been over to see, Allison and so on?" "Oh, no. They live on the other side of town." I go, "What's the problem with that?" "Oh, my goodness, it takes you like an hour and a half to get there." Right? And I go, "Really?" I go, "Oh, yeah, just the traffic's crazy." So, no, we don't see them that much.
Ontario's coming with their first. Not sure about the cobbles. Looks like she's running this yellow in.
Little angle. Just
She
gets
got
it. She got it. Nice shot. Thought that was going to miss, but she got a piece of it. It takes out the shooter, but it looks like Saskatchewan is still sitting shot rock there.
Oh, I think it's the Ontario here.
Yeah.
On
Is
the
it
back.
Ontario?
I think so.
Well, the consensus of the crowd behind me says Ontario shot rock in the back there.
Of course, it's the angle that we're looking at, too.
And it's the angle of that that's a little off.
I call a measurement. Yeah.
From here it looks like red.
And look down there. Let's just say it's close. So here is the last shot for Saskatchewan. Elaine wants to get it back in, buried in there. It
One's
seems a
got
little
some
heavy.
legs also,
Yeah,
maybe a little strong.
yeah, that might be heavy. Look at that.
Yeah.
And that is the first kink of the armor I seen out of Lane today.
So Stacy now has a hit for a nose hit will give her 4. Certainly will open this game up.
Wow. What a turn. Everything gets magnified at the end, doesn't it? And some of those shots that happened earlier on there, which affected it to get to this point, but all you see is one shot.
They weren't bad shots. They just were
Just a little off. Hit
one
and
way
roll
or the
out,
other.
didn't stay. So here we are, final shot of the 6th end for Ontario. Trying to get the right angle on it. Got the hit. Got it out. She got her 3. That is a big
shot.
That's a big end there for Ontario. 5-1 going into 7. That might be a tough hill to climb there. But I've seen it before. When Northern Ontario, they were up 7-4 with the hammer and lost. So don't lose faith, Saskatchewan. Don't lose faith.
But you could say the fat lady's not singing yet,
Yeah.
but she's tuning her guitar.
Now, a quick update on the other sheets. Alberta's up 6-3. They scored 2 points in the 5th end to go up 6-3 over Manitoba ladies. Saskatchewan, Quebec men. Saskatchewan's up 3-1. And Manitoba is and Ontario men are up 4-2 over Manitoba, and Manitoba men have the hammer going into 6.
I hired John to switch your monitor because you were falling down on the job.
Well, no, you got to remind me. You're like that Tony Walsh guy. I kept telling Tony, you're going to remind me because we always get the updates and the things after the end. And Tony, never. And then after that, oh yeah, by the way, Keith, you got to switch the monitor. Now, what we mean for the folks back home, there's a monitor. We have a huge pane of glass in front of us, and above that is a monitor with a little mouse hanging down from it. Well, we're usually leaning over and not seeing the mouse. But for the folks downstairs who have monitors, we have control of it up here. So every now and then they come up and visit us. Maybe we just do that so they come up and visit us.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go with that.
So we're attempting to keep everything clean and open. Ontario has 1 in the house.
And it was interesting in the first 4 ends how they kept everything clean, and not a lot of, one missed shot, then someone scored 2, but then they kept it clean. Then they started putting up a few guards and stuff, and the only problem with that, it's a risk-reward thing, isn't it, Merle? And obviously a critical shot there, Elaine just drifting long there, and that opened up the door for Ontario to score 3, and they had an opportunity to score 4.
Had 4.
Yeah.
If she just rolled out, she would have got 4. But 3 was a good score.
Yeah.
Hit going over Saskatchewan stone now by Ontario. Didn't really want to know if you can sit there. But
Didn't want that. Replacing one, hitting one, and replacing it basically.
you generally don't want to put guards up for your opposition.
But there's a slight opportunity now. Little. Here's it.
Just going to need some help to get the Saskatchewan stone in. They're working it hard.
Yeah, got to buy the first. See if they can get a. No, not going to reach.
Not a great. So Ontario will attempt again to clean it up.
This is Maddie Aston. Nice pick. Get that one out of there. Ontario's played a solid game.
Ontario has played the last half very solid. Opportunity here to force Saskatchewan to take a point this in and get the hammer coming home.
No idea how we made so much money because we have that Thanksgiving weekend. Just family things going on. So yeah, we have a chef that very few teams. Like it was, and somehow we made over $400. Maybe someone made a donation, but I don't think we had enough baking to pay for it. And we brought stuff home. So that was Saturday. We attempted going something on Monday, Tuesday. We put some stuff in our interiors or whatever. I made a little bit more.
This is Suzanne Miller now. Call to get rid of that guard. Nice shot by Suzanne. Open it up. That's what Stacey Hogan wants.
My team since we started early was 6 years ago.
Candace Newkirk try and play a hit on the Ontario shot stone. Doesn't have a lot of weight.
She's going to the other side.
Going to the other side.
She got a biter on the 12. Shot. Pretty easy, huh? Just put the stick down, take this thing out. Boom, out.
And sit there.
Thank you, Suzanne. Candace with her second shot.
Double there, she gets enough. No, just roll.
A little roll over.
That's good.
Stacey Hogan's first shot here. We're into N7 already, Merle.
Yep.
5-1 Ontario over Saskatchewan. Winner goes tonight.
Against Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, yeah, 6:30.
That was a good shot. Got a roll in behind cover.
Those that went to Gateway? Yeah. Absolutely. You got the rest. Yeah. Good.
This is Elaine's first stone. Attempting to take out on the Ontario rock sitting on the top of the 8-foot. Probably let it roll over to the right as we're looking at it. It's curling on her.
Yeah, there's another miss for Elaine. It looks like she thought it picked up something there. 'Cause that just, that's not like Elaine. And it doesn't take much, does it?
No.
Get a little grit or whatever on it, and
Anything at all.
yeah. Comes last shot for Stacy Hogan here. Trying to get it to settle down there. Goes.
So Elaine will need a hit and stick here.
Yeah, Lane's had
point.
some hard luck here the last couple ends with her shots. One a little heavy, went through the house, and then that last one looked like it picked up something and just lost his curl.
It started curling very early and then
It just, yeah, it drifted.
gone. So
Last shot, 7th in.
this one's out there a bit. She might get it. I'm not sure if she's staying around.
No, look, just she got a piece of it though.
Piece of it. So it's a steal of 2 for Ontario.
Yeah. 7-1.
And that's
Yeah, they're
handshakes.
shaking hands.
So it'll be Ontario and Nova Scotia at 6:30 this evening.
We'll just go around the horn here. See what's happening. Alberta is up 6-3 on Manitoba women. Saskatchewan is up 3-1 over Quebec in men's play. And I've got to do the math up here. It looks 4-3 Ontario over Manitoba. So Saskatchewan's up 3-1 over Quebec. Manitoba and Ontario's up 4-3. So our feature game, Ontario women come through a very solid performance, up 7-1 over Team Saskatchewan. And tonight, Ontario will play Nova Scotia at 6:30. So this is Keith Rains and Merle Kenna signing off from the Miramichi Country Curling Club 2018 Travelers Curling Club Championship. We'll see you tonight, folks.